3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Live! We are live. Back, again. Welcome to the BBC. I am live at 5. We are riding Zwift, the online cycling game, and we're chatting as we experience cycling up a hill today. I'm going to be suffering up a hill. It's time to gorge yourself. The BBC takes on Cheddar Gorge. So we're talking about 7.2 kilometres of distance and around about 130 to 170 metres of elevation. Something around there. Nothing too taxing. But of course you will see me sweat. So if you're wondering what hills are all about, you're going to find out in this next stream. Let's go! Okay, so I'm just doing my warm-up, which is important, especially when you're going to take on a hill. So I'm riding with the robot pacer in Zwift. This is D Bernie, D group. Travelling at, I think it's something like 1.8 watts per kilogram, so nothing too taxing. Get warmed up. Heart rate is currently 140. I think that means I'm warmed up. Woo! Yeah. So I'll probably wrap this up to about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Talk a bit, can't even talk. Okay, talk a little bit about what's on today's agenda. So I'm probably going to suffer up the hill. There's not too many red sections, but I think it's a total average gradient of about 4%. So if I'm not too chatty, it's because I'm suffering. Check out the heart rate just above 146. If my heart rate starts going above 160, 170, and you know I am working hard. You can see the watts, 140 at the moment. And looking at the watts will give you an indicator as to how hard I am working. And of course, if you look across to the top right of the screen, you can currently see a yellow number 3, 4%. That's the current gradient of this hill. I better slow down, let Bernie catch up for a bit. So you can change to 5%. So yellow is mellow. It will start turning like orange and then red as the gradient gets steeper. So you might see it get a little bit steeper, although you'll see it go even steeper when I actually hit the official hill climb. Whew. And of course, just above, you can see my current speed, distance travelled, total elevation, 63 metres climb so far, my elapsed time. Everything else is just personal rider metrics, such as how many drops I've got, what level I'm on. Whew. And while I'm with the pace partner, the robo pacer, I'm accumulating additional multipliers to my XP 1.2 at the moment, as long as I keep him in zone, so I better slow down. The Garmin's currently got me at -3, although it does say fair. Whew. Keeps a track of my 45 day fitness average. It's more or less where your FTP, so you know whether you're slacking or working hard. It also tells you how much rest you need to do for your recovery. I think I need this tune for the actual hill climb. You know, you don't want anything too dreamy. You want something that's gonna make you ride hard. Okay, so as always, questions in the chat. I will keep an eye to the right. Try and spot your chat questions as they come in. And if I do miss the chat, which I probably won't, but if I do, I will answer it afterwards in the replay. I do put channel chapters below within an hour after doing this live stream. So I do talk about lots of random stuff, hopefully guided by your questions. But if you want to particularly focus on a certain subject, just check out the chapter headings. Jump to the bit that's relevant for you So we're probably going to talk mostly about hill climbing and training. So I'm nearly 10 minutes. I'm warmed up. Should we talk about the warm-up? So I recommend, and bear in mind, I don't know anything apart from my own experiences. So I kind of recommend, if you are going to, let me fire off this power up before I get a new one. If you are going to do any form of bike ride, warm up first. So even if that's some sort of like light stretching before you get on the bike, and then try and pick something relatively flat. So you can just spin the legs out, bonus 10 XP, get your heart rate pumping, get those muscles warmed up, ready for the work you're about to pull out. Your body will thank you and your recovery will be so much better. Now for me, I think at least 10 minutes, you know, gradual ramp up from your zone 1 into your zone 2. For me, that means spinning at around about 85 to 90 RPMs. I know that once my heart rate gets to a settled pace that's above 130, I'm good. So have your water, your hydration prepared. I've got my Science in Sport, what do you call it? Electrolytes, hydration powder with the juice of a fresh orange squeezed in it, and a couple of extra teaspoons of sugar, just because I know I need that little energy insert. Fan number 2's kicked in. Got my towel for wiping the face sweat. Another towel here for zapping up the sweat. I know, I'm getting graphic. I don't want sweaty handlebars. I've got my wristbands on. You know I'm coordinated. Do you coordinate when you cycle? And are you opposed to Lycra? Don't fear the Lycra. What would you want something flapping around as you're cycling, trying to get your KOM? Tight Lycra, nice wicking, wick away that sweat. And of course, some big pockets at the back for holding your sports gels, your snacks, even your mobile phone or your camera. Anyway, we're indoors. I don't have the natural cooling of the wind and actually cutting through the air, but I do have my fan in front and my fan to the side. Let's go! Right, let's hope I've got the same energy when we hit the climb portal. We're going to stay here for another 2 minutes, make sure we're well and truly warmed up. As I was saying, 10 minutes minimum for me. I think by the time I've got to 15 minutes, I feel like I'm warmed up and ready to go. So anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes, to me, is an ideal warm-up to get you started. Although, because I'm never usually that organised when it comes to jumping on a Zwift ride, before I finish work, I sometimes don't have the luxury to jump off work and I want to jump on to the next available group ride. Just means I work a bit harder, warm up in the lead-in. But the best intentions are there with the prep. Oh, okay, so 2024, the reason why I'm riding hills, well, you only get better by working harder. If you can train with someone who's better than you, you will ultimately be always pushing up to their level. So that should help you to gain and achieve faster. You can also get tips, even if it's just tips on experience from older riders, which is why I love the Zwift community and the community we have over there on Twitch, where we usually stream 5 days a week or more. Yeah, we all support each other. Tips on whether you want to get a new pair of shoes for the bike, a new bike, turbo trainer issues, Zwift issues. Sharing is caring, dude. Anyway, we are 15 minutes. Smash the bottle. Right. I will leave you robo pacers for the moment. I'm gonna head over to the Zwift menu. Let's get to climbing. See, right now I'm stuck in that dilemma. And maybe you did the same. If you do, leave us a comment below. If you're riding Zwift, do you stop whenever it's time to stop, or do you always have to wrap up to the nearest whole kilometre? Or are you more extreme than that? Would you be like, oh no, I've got to go to 10? What do you round up to? Or do you not even bother? I mean, it seems a shame to go right now. It's all downhill. Light pedalling, minus 2% gradient. And it's all uphill. It's all uphill from here. Oh, but it's obviously self-inflicted. Alrighty. Should we get this done? We're on 6 kms. Oh. So, see, you can see that my whole attitude, my whole demeanour, you know what I'm trying to say, my whole yeah, type it for me in the chat, has lifted. I am warmed up. My heart rate is at a steady 136. On zone 1 into zone 2, not going that strong on this downhill section, -3. Shall we get started? Let's do it. Oh no, Ken, you gotta round up to 7. Right, we're gonna oh, I've nearly ended the stream accidentally. Okay. So it'd be a shame not to round up to 7. I'm gonna round up to 7 because that is what you do. I need that 10 XP. Look, I'm nearly at level 53. There's a pretty good chance I could finish this this ride, and I've leveled up to level 53. So maybe every 10 XP, 20 XP. Why did I say 10? Right. Okay. So we're definitely stopping now. Let's do this. End the ride. Oh, save this. Oh, glasses. Oh, there you go. Level 53. It must be the extra bonuses that's giving me that extra boost. Okay, so let's do this. So Zwift introduced the climbing portal in 2023. I think it was about late summer, and riding hills is where you will get all your strength gains. You know, when you're working at your hardest is when you gain the hardest. So, you know, yes, you will gain if you was, let's say you was in the gym lifting weights, just picking up dumbbells, and you was lifting, say, 2 kilogram dumbbell. You did like 10 of them, yeah? If you were doing a 5 kilogram, you'd obviously work out a lot better. So hills is the same. The harder you work out, the more effort, the more gains you get. So Zwift introduced the climb portal, which allows you to just literally just ride hills. Now what I love about this climb portal is normally I'd just pick a route in Zwift that I knew had a lot of hills. So for example, let me show you. So I can look at different routes. Okay, let's look at these here. So Sandon Sequoias, I can see 22.5 kilometers, 181 meters of elevation. So some slight climbs, but nothing sort of like too taxing. This one here, it's 40 kilometers, so it's twice the distance, and it's double the elevation. Again, nothing too taxing there, so not much of a hill. So if I was looking to sort of like find a particular workout that I knew had high hills, I'll just go to the route menu here, and I'm looking at the elevation as we're coming down here. So all of these are going to be pretty much flat. There's the climb portal. Pretty much flat, or flat. Okay, so road to sky, 1,000 meters. Now that's Alp to Zwift. So if you want to do Alp to Zwift, you know, that's 17.9 kilometers. Pretty much most of that is going to be going up the Alp. You have about 5.5 kilometers leading, and then obviously there's about 12.5 kilometers just elevation climbing. 2 or 5 on ice. you've got a little bit of an extra lead in, then you actually finish off with the Alp. So this is what I do. So, you know, but you're just climbing the hills. So what I like about the introduction of the climb portal, you can pick actual hills. Now they have featured hills. So at the moment we've got Swatopia Hill, which is available for one more day. But I like how they've got the different colour sections. So unless you've ridden up Alpe de Zwift multiple times, which I have, you kind of get familiar with understanding as to sort of like what the next gradient coming up is, and what the average percentage is going to be and how much is left. But when you're riding the hill for the first time, you don't really know what's coming or how much effort to put in. But I do like this and that because it colour codes the gradients, kind of like it does with the gradient on the home screen at the top right of the screen. So you can see this one's yellow, so you think, okay, I can give it extra here, or okay, I've got a red coming up, so okay, and I can see, okay, it's not that long, so let me just dig extra harder here and get some extra effort. I can see it's yellow, or it's green next, so I can have a little bit of recovery. And I like that a lot better because it gives me like patience. I can see how much distance I've got going left. It's like when you come to the final few meters of finishing like up the Zwift, you can see the meters coming down. It's like, okay, last push. So anyway, so this is this one here. But what I'm going to do is I'm doing the Cheddar Gorge because it's in England. And you can see here, so it's 7.2 kilometers, including the lead in. 4.7 kilometers is the actual hill itself. Now, I didn't realise this must be a new feature that they've actually give you extra features there in terms of like difficulty. So I could do like 50% of the elevation. So instead of doing the full 171 meters, I could just do 85, or I can do 75. But I'm going for 100% elevation, 171. Then I can lock in the 125 elevation. So depending on how long it takes me to do this, I might do it afterwards, because the way to get better is by doing hill repeats. So I found a local hill to me, but the weather's pretty crappy at the moment. Not really the weather you want him going up a hill and then rolling back down again multiple times. But I can do it in Zwift. So I'll pick this one here, and whatever time I get today, the next time I go up, I look to get a faster time than last time. And by doing that, you'll get stronger, you'll develop, gains. Right, so I'm cooling down now, so I'm just gonna stop talking. Let's select this. I'm gonna move the keyboard so I don't sweat all over it. And let's go climb a hill. I should have really changed the bike to a climbing bike, but it doesn't really matter. So you start off, you will, what's the word? You will spawn in a location that takes you up towards the climb portal. Then you will teleport and you climb a virtual rainbow, a bit like the Rainbow Road in Mario Kart. And then the hill starts. Feel free to place your guesses in the chats as to how long you think it's going to take me to go up. I'm not looking to go all flat out, so I'm probably looking to be green, yellow up. I guess we'll see when we get there how long will it take me to climb 4 and a bit kilometers up a hill. So at least the time that I spent nattering on the Zwift menu screen. This little bit of a lead in before we get to the climb gives me a chance to get warmed up again. Say it's 2 minutes coming up 1 kilometer. I am glad though that I do choose to do a personal warm-up before. There's no point getting yourself destroyed on the first 100 meters of a climb because you haven't warmed up. Get the body all loose. Prepare myself. I can see the portal in the distance, just through the trees. Oh, exciting. Look at my face now. All happy, very sweat-free. Ooh. There it is. This might not have been a good idea, especially after an afternoon swim, but you only get stronger by working harder. Hello, cow in the field, sheep in the field. We go. So we're going to enter the Stargate. .7% average overall. 171 meters. So you can see at the moment I'm on 8 meters. So that'll give you a countdown towards me finishing it. And you get some sort of power-ups or XPs as you go through as well. So it's warp time. And look, there's the old me. And there you can see the pathway is currently blue. Because it's nice and easy, it's only 2% gradient. You can see the percentage of the gradient just above me. You can see the little snake, little map. I mean, you can also see the gradient topology. Currently 2%, and you can see the colour segments. As this hill gets steeper, colour will change. So we've got yellow coming up next. And then the segments are just behind me here. This one's currently 5.3% average. Orange coming up. Gradient getting bigger. .6%. 7, 8, 10, 9. Woo, yellow again. So there are 10 total gates to go through. Picking up a power up or some XP on the way. Still feels good. Yellow's mellow. Hello. All right. Feather. And I can look ahead and I can see it gets steeper. So I want to use that feather when it gets really steep. Maybe towards the end of this orange segment here, I can see I'm going to get another one further up. And if you look below where you got this little rainbow ribbon graph here, that's like the indication of all of my power effort and my current power. The reason why I fired that feather off here is I want to get the full benefit before the yellow, which isn't as steep. But it looks as if I collect another one just afterwards. Oh, whew. Yeah. Pedals feel like I'm pedaling through treacle. You right, treacle? So at 5%, does feel like a bit of recovery. Says my ETA is 16 minutes 30. Gradient's going to increase. It's not too bad. What power up are we going to get? Please be a feather. I'll take the XP. See my heart rate's at 160 and climbing. Right, I'm going to drop the pedals, drop the gear down a bit, keep the cadence up. Give this guy a ride on. You got it, Bradley. Offer some support. So I can see it's getting red next. So it's going to get steeper. I'm going to try and stay in the saddle for now. %, 8%. Oh yeah, 9. Feel the change already. Woo. Give this guy a ride on. 10%. I'm going to push through to the orange. There's an example of knowing you can push it a bit more, 12%. Knowing that it gets lighter ahead. Oh, just for a bit. Then it's red again. Eleven, 12. Got to drop the gear again. Trying to keep high-ish cadence. Enjoying the XPs every kilometre. Right. A little bit easier. It's orange. So the thing is, I can really feel it in my legs. The burn, the effort. And it drives me forward. Knowing that it's gains. This makes me stronger. It'll make me faster. It'll make me fitter. Power up is XP. Alright, if you look, you can't see because it's underneath me, but you also have a progress bar just below, behind me. You can't see, but it shows your overall progress. I'm 32.5% completed. 1.5 kilometres down. 82 metres of elevation done. So that helps you work through it mentally. It's not just an endless hill that you're climbing up. It's getting easy, so let's up the gears a bit. And let's not just have it as recovery. Get some speed. That should also bring that time down a bit. It's 3%. I'm about 1/3 of the way through. So I'm pushing a bit harder, but I'm still getting some active recovery. Eight minutes down, halfway through in terms of time, 41% of this climb done. I'm already thinking of where I can improve next time. So I think it's quite possible to push the watts up here, go tempo. I'm more or less at tempo now, but a higher tempo. It's about 190, 200. up this section. Do like a 10-minute TT pace. And maybe even stronger than that actually. Hold FTP all the way to the top. We'll see. There's some blue bits sprinkled in for recovery if needed. What do you reckon? Have you done this climb? Anyone watching? What's your fastest time up here? And also, how did you find it? Did you have a strategy for any of the segments? Or were you just flat out all the way? Alright, get the power up. Just don't give me a draft. XP. Up the pace a bit. You can still guess my ETA if you want. Feel free to use the Zwift indicator up there. So I'm 56% completed. Get the power up. It's going to be XP. XP or feather. XP all the way, yeah? Two-thirds through. It's about a mile left. XP. Running each time. I like this. It's a decent pace. I can feel it in my legs, but I know that I've got 1,200 meters left. 30 meters of elevation. I can just keep pushing. I can rest on the way down. And also, it doesn't get any steeper than this. Here comes the blue section. So here comes some recovery. I'll still keep the effort up though. %. 1%. More or less flat. What do you reckon? XP? XP. There it is. $600 meters left. Oh. Come on, heart rate, 167. Want to make it under 16 minutes. New PR, 15:43. Whoop whoop. See that there? That's gains. Gains, people. Gains. Right. Now the best thing about climbing up a hill, apart from doing it, and the gains, is the downhill on the way back. So I use it to recover. On this occasion, I'm going to use it to summarise what me and you, just did on this climb portal. There we go. No XP's on the way down, unfortunately. But we might get some Supertuck in. So this was the Cheddar Gorge climb portal. Select it from the Zwift main menu, right at the bottom to the left. There's all the couple of hills on rotation. This one's Cheddar Gorge, on about 4.5 kilometres total distance. Just over 3% average gradient. Nothing too taxing, some orange steep bits. I think it peaks at about 12, 13, maybe even 14% for like a few seconds. Most of the gradients were like 6% or less, hence the 3.3% average gradient. And apart from the one feather going through with the power-ups, which you get 10 gates to go through, every other power-up was an XP. They were mostly 10 points. I did notice a 20 XP. So that's moving me closer to level 54. Normally I'd want to be getting feathers all the way. Made the climb a little bit easier, but it doesn't really matter on the climb portal. Up the Zwift, definitely. Just feathers, please. Right. The best thing about this as well is I'm still spinning the legs, so I'm still getting some work out. This is absolutely recovery. You can see the ribbon colour graph at the bottom there. It's in grey now. Zone 2, my watts are under 100. Still travelling at 48 kilometres though, because it's -3. -2. Good luck, guys, on the way up. I've warmed it up for you. Yeah, so a new PR. You can see my segments just above my head, so you get a breakdown of each of the different sections. So the last one towards the finish line, average power was 244. Did it in 1 minute and 1 second. 197 before that, 199. So a nice leisurely pace. Once, say, so gate 5, 170. Yeah, that looks to be my lowest one. You know, I wasn't looking to go through too fast, but now I have a measure. So when I go up again, I'm going to be looking to go harder than the first time. Now normally I'd go up and out and I'd do like 3 or 4 of these, but for today it was just to test this out. So when you catch me on again, I will be doing 2, possibly 3 of these, up and down, and my time to beat will be the time that I got this time now. Although doing 3 back to back, it is more like hill climbing conditioning. But we're going to go for a record time on the first climb at the very least. So you want to be quicker than 15 minutes, 43 seconds. I'm going to go for sub 15. What do you reckon? Sub 15? If you want to specify what time you think I should be able to do it in, put something in the comments. You can do that just after you subscribe. What do you mean you've already subscribed? Well, hit the bell button or whatever it is they say. But most importantly, like this video, share it to someone who likes a cyclist. Don't share it to someone who hates a cyclist. Instead, check out my other shorts videos. Send them one of those. At the very least, it will make them laugh. At best, it will slightly change their opinion of a cyclist. We're not all bad. Also, I'm not always a cyclist. Sometimes I'm a motorcyclist. Sometimes I'm a motorist. And sometimes I'm a pedestrian. So my heart rate, see, peaked at about 168, 170, I think it maxed out at. On the way down, I'm pedaling some, but the watts aren't that great. Heart rate is settling down to like 125. It's possible I could Supertuck. Should I just show you the Supertuck? Let me change the camera position. So as long as you are going faster than 56 kilometers an hour and the gradient is more than -3%, you will be able to go into this Supertuck position. See, my speed's increasing. I'm more aero than a chocolate flying at 100 kilometers an hour. So it is banned by the UCI for safety reasons. They don't want us ordinary folk, us non-pro cyclists, copying the likes of Wiggins and other cyclists bent over their top bar trying to get maximum gains. Right. So we're coming to the end. Shall we go up again? Shall we? Or shall we just call it quits? Anyway, thank you for watching. This is the Zwift Climb Portal. The only thing I wish they'd do here is I wish you could just do automatic repeats. So I don't even think I could even do a U-turn. Let me do a U. So I want to try a U-turn from the companion app. Will it send me back? Oh, it does. Okay, maybe they fixed it. It didn't look like we did it the last time. Well, the first time I was on it, I thought I could keep going without U-turning it, come back round again. Anyway, let's not go in. Well, hey! You thought I was going in, didn't you? That's tomorrow. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I'm going to cool down. I'm probably going to jump on with the pace, I always call them pace partners. I'm going to jump on with the pace partners, the robo pacers. Probably ride for about another 30 minutes or so. That'll give me roughly about 80-90 minutes of workout. I'm not looking to do extra hard effort, just really get the legs nicely spinning, have a nice cool down. I have swam earlier, so I don't want to overdo it. I'll have some nice chicken in the air fryer with some, let's have it with. I might do some stir-fry vegetables in the wok. For you, Uncle Roger is going to be happy. Anyway, chatting waffles. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy these videos. If there's anything you want to see, just let me know in the comments. And on that note, I will see you again.